Good morning, one and all. Present over here. I, Hina Gupta from Department of Mathematics. Today, we are going to discuss unit number second. The name of unit second is algebraic structure. And the topic on which we discuss today is monoid, semigroup, finite and infinite groups. So this is lecture number second. Now here are some outlines on which we discuss today. First is prerequisite of topic. Second one, real life example. Third one, monoids. Fourth one, semigroup. Fifth one, finite and infinite groups. Sixth one, order of a group. Seventh one, examples on topic. Eighth one, exercise. Ninth one, learning outcomes, and after that references. So these are the outlines on which we discuss today. One by one, let's start our video. First is prerequisite of topic. For this video, you have a basic knowledge about group. What is group? What are the important postulates? Second one, binary operation on a set. And third one, you have a basic knowledge about closure axiom, associated, identity, inverse, algebraic structure. We have discussed all these topics in previous video. Now, groupoids. The definition of groupoid is an algebraic structure G, O, where G is a non-empty group and O is a binary operation. Then an algebraic structure is called a groupoid or a binary algebra or a quasi-group if the binary operation O satisfying only postulates G. Thus, groupoid is a set G with a binary operation O defined on G such that G is closed under the operation O. That is, A comma B belongs to G, which implies that A operation B belongs to G for all A comma B belongs to G. So this is the definition of groupoid, in which we have to take two elements from the set G, and which implies that A operation B is also an element of G, and this is applicable for all the elements belongs to capital G. Now the example. If O is the set of odd numbers, odd integers, then the algebraic structure O comma plus, that is addition, is not a groupoid because the set O is not closed under addition. We can check also. Example 3 plus 5. 3 and 5 both are odd integers. But if we add 3 plus 5, we get 8. 8 is not an odd integer. 8 is an even integer. Then in this case, the operation is not whole. So which does not belongs to O. So in this case, the set of odd integer is not a groupoid. Now the second example, if n is the set of natural number, the set n comma addition ordered pair is a groupoid because the set n is closed with respect to addition. The set of natural number is a groupoid with respect to addition because we know that the sum of two natural number is always a natural number. If we add two natural number, then the result we obtained is also belongs to natural number. Now we can take example also. We take two numbers from the set of natural number 2 and 7. 2 and 7 both are natural number. If we add 2 and 7, then the result we get 9. And we know that 9 is also a natural number. So this is groupoid. We can take another example also. If we take 3 and another number is 5. If we add 3 plus 5, we get 8. The 8 is also a natural number. So, and the set of natural number is a groupoid with respect to addition. Now this is the example of groupoid. Now come to next topic, semigroup. The definition of semigroup is an algebraic structure G, O is called a semigroup, or we can say demigroup. We can say also demigroup if the operation O satisfying first and second postulates only. We have discussed the postulate first and second in previous video. The postulate first is closure axiom and the postulate second is associated axiom. If any algebraic structure satisfies closure as well as associated axiom, then we can say it's a semigroup. If all these two axioms satisfied by an algebraic structure. Now, monoid. The definition of monoid is an algebraic structure G, O where G is a non-empty set with binary operation O defined on it is said to be a monoid if the binary operation satisfying the following axioms. The first one is closure axiom, second one is associated axiom, and third one is identity axiom. In other words, we can say if an algebraic structure satisfies only three axioms: closure, associated, and identity, then we can say the algebraic structure is monoid. If any one axiom does not hold, then we cannot say it's a monoid. Now, finite and infinite group. Let's talk about finite group first. Definition of finite group. If in a group G, the underlying set G consists of a finite number of distinct elements, we can say unique element, then the group G is called a finite group. It means that if a group G consists of finite number of elements, but the condition is all elements are unique, distinct, then we can say the set G is a finite group. Suppose if a group G having only 1, 2 and 3, G consists of 3 elements 1, 2 and 3, then we can say the G is a finite group because we can count the elements of a group. Now come to infinite. Definition of infinite group. If in a group G, the underlying set G consists of an infinite number of distinct elements, then we can say the group is an infinite group. It means that if a group G consists of infinite number of elements and all elements are distinct to each other, then we can say the collection of elements is called infinite group. The set G is called infinite group. We can take example the set of integers, the set of natural number, the set of real numbers, all are infinite groups. Because in which an infinite number of elements, distinct element is present. So this is the finite as well as infinite group. Now the next topic is order of a group. The definition: the number of elements in a finite group is called the order of a group. This is the definition. The number of elements in a finite group is called the order of the group. An infinite group said to be a group of infinite order. In group, two types of possibilities are there. The group may be finite or infinite. If the number of elements in a finite group, then we can say the number of elements is the order of the group. The order of group is usually denoted by the symbol order of G. This is the symbol to represent the order of group G. Thus, if G has n elements and small n belongs to capital N, it is a finite group of order n. The smallest group for a composition is the set E. E is the identity element consisting of the identity element alone. It means that the smallest group is a group which consists of only identity element. We can represent identity element by small e. This is the identity element and this is the smallest group also. Now come to example. Show that the set n of all natural numbers. The set of natural number is starting from 1 and goes to infinite. The natural number is represented by capital N is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So you have to prove the set of natural number is not a group with respect to the operation of addition. So you have to prove the set of natural number, the given set of natural number is not a group with respect to addition. Now come to solution. The set of natural number. This is the set of natural number. Now for group we have to check 4 properties. First one is closure, second one is associated, third one is identity and fourth one is inverse. So we have to check these properties one by one in the set of natural number. Now first one is closure property. Addition is obviously a binary composition in N. Example, if 2 belongs to N and 3 belongs to N, we take 2 elements from the set of N, from the set of natural number, which implies that the addition 2 plus 3, if we add 2 plus 3, we get 5. And we know that 5 is also a natural number. It means 5 belongs to capital N. So it is clear for this example, the closure property is applicable, we can say whole, in the set of natural number. That is, N is closed with respect to addition. Now we check associated property, identity and inverse. The remaining 3 properties one by one. Now come to associate. We know that the addition of natural number is also obey the associated law. Thus, addition is a associated composition. Therefore, if we add A plus B first, then we add C is equals to A plus in bracket B plus C. This is the associated property. and this is whole for the set of natural number for all a comma b comma c belongs to capital N. So from here, associated property is also hold for natural number. Now come to third, existence of identity. There exists no natural number e which belongs to N such that a plus a is equals to a plus e for all a belongs to N. For the addition of numbers, the number 0 is the identity and 0 does not belongs to N. We know that for addition of number, 0 is the additive identity, but we know that the set of natural number is started from 1, so 0 does not belongs to the set of natural number. So in the set of natural number, identity is absent. So here, the existence of identity, this axiom does not hold in natural number. So in this way, the set of natural number with respect to addition is not a group, because identity as well as inverse, these two axioms does not hold. So therefore, the set of natural number with respect to addition is not a group. Now come to next example. The algebraic structure, which consists of I, the set of integer, and the operation is subtraction, is not a semi-group, because subtraction does not hold, does not satisfy the associated law. So in this example, you have to check the set of integer with respect to subtraction is not a semi-group. That is because the associated law, we know that about associated law. First we subtract a minus b, after that we have to subtract minus c. It does not is equals to a minus in bracket b minus c. So in the set of integer, the associated law does not hold with respect to the subtraction. For all a comma b comma c belongs to capital I. So it is obvious that I is closed under subtraction. Is not closed. So the set of integers with respect to subtraction is not a semi-group. So this is the another example in which we have to check the set of integer is semi-group or not. Now come to exercise. This is the time for exercise. I have given 3 questions in this and you have to do that. After that, learning outcomes. What we have learned from this video? We have learned the semi-group, monoids, order of a group, finite group as well as infinite group in detail with the help of examples. We also discussed about how can we check the set is a group or a not. So this is the learning outcomes of that video. Now here are some references which I have used to make this video. These books help you to building the concept and give basic knowledge also. Now this is the last slide for my side. I hope you well understand about the certain topics which I have discussed in this video. Thank you and keep watching on